Hello and welcome to my channel Making Crafts. Today I am collaging again in my junk journal, my Christmas junk journal, and I'm still following 49 Dragonflies December daily collage prompts. And today I am doing the add a black and white photo. I actually don't have a photo, but I have a printout that I got from the Graphics Fairy that I really love, and I wanted to add. It's an Old World Santa that I want to add to my book, so I'm going to count that as my black and white photo. And then it says add stamping in the background, add other background techniques as well if you want. So I am going to be doing that as well. So let's circle those two so I know that I did those two. But yes, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I just printed this Santa out, and I printed out two different sizes, and so now I have to decide what all I am going to do. I had an idea about stamping, the stamping for the background. I'm hoping I'm going to use some of this paper and stamp on it. So first off, I think I just want to start out by stamping up this paper with just various old Christmas stamps that I have. It's kind of like an Old World Santa type theme for these stamps. Actually, some old Santas came with the stamp set. I don't know. It's really hard to see since it's the black and white images, but some old Santas came with it, but I'm not going to stamp the old Santas, I don't think. So what I am going to stamp, though, is some of the other images. Let's see what we have here. I think I had one more. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm going to start with the, looks like little pine needles and berries. I'm not really sure. And I'm going to stamp it in red and see what it, how it looks. And we'll see how this goes. So I'm just going to be random. And then I'm going to tear this paper. So I won't be using this whole sheet on it. I'm just going to stamp around and see what part I like the best. And that'll be the portion that I actually use. Let me find a piece of scrap paper to put behind it, because I do not want to stamp on my mat. Let me see, let me look here. I've got some paper here somewhere that I can stamp off on this envelope. Okay. So I just going to do this random and see what I come up with. Let me put the envelope down here and stamp off right here. And this paper came, I'm sure you probably recognize it. It came from just a package like that comes from Amazon or somewhere like that. It was just a package we got in the mail for Christmas, and I have already got red ink on that paper. Okay, so let me just stamp off over here, get some of the color off. That's the only thing I hate working with red ink. I am so messy, I get it everywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to do the bells. And so this is bells with looks like holly leaves. So I'm just going to stamp random spots, and I'm okay that it's not super clear images because this paper is crinkled, so it is going to make it hard to get super clear images, but I'm totally fine with that because this is supposed to be an old look anyway. And let me stamp off a couple. I like to have some off the edges so that I don't know why, but I just like that. So it looks like the pattern continues, I guess. And here, let me just stamp off over here again to get the ink off. And now let's do this wreath. Just stamp different spots. Let's see here. Just totally random because I'm really not sure which part I'm going to tear out from anyway. So we'll see. I think that's good. So let me set this aside and set all these stamps aside so that I don't get red ink on everything. And I'll wash those up in a minute. And let me get a paper towel so I can get some of this ink off my hands. I went and got the ink, washed the ink off so I wouldn't spread it all over everything. Let me lay this paper towel aside. So now I've got to decide which size Santa I'm going to use. I'm not really sure if I should use the smaller one or large one. So I'll probably tear both of them out and then lay them on the page. And this is the page I'm using right here. So let's see. I'm going to start by just tearing this much off. Let me see if I like that piece. Or maybe you tear one more so I can decide. Decisions. Okay. So I'm not going to leave it square like this. I'm just going to kind of round the edges around. And like that. And then the bottom the same way. Just round it. Not so round there. Kind of got a little more jagged than I planned. Let me do one more time. Tear it one more time so if I can get a little smoother than that. Okay. Do I like that? Let me see if I kind of crinkled it up and just made it on the page like that. Okay, let's just leave that for a second and move on to our Santa to see. So I'm just going to tear him out and just see what, I think this one may be too big. That's why I went ahead and printed the second one, because I wasn't sure. But I like the look of this little Santa. And for some reason I liked it in the black and white instead of finding one in color. Let me see here. I may want to tear just a little closer to him. And he may be way too big for this page. Let's tear the other one out and see if he looks better. Let's see what we can get. Okay, so now, let's see here. If I put Santa on there with the stamped paper, then I need to do something else with him. I do like that one, that size Santa. Now, let's see. I think this needs to be dingied up to look a little older. So I should have printed him, excuse me. Should have printed him on some darker paper. Let me see. Okay, let's use this ink here to kind of age him up some. Just want to make the paper look a little dingier, like it's older. Kind of just adding some little bit of a brown to the paper. Just to give it a, I think the stark white was just too much. I was going for the white because of the color on the page, but I just think that's too much for this Santa to be that white. Just see here what it looks like when I get done, and I can decide. And I am not minding that it's the little edges like that I'm crinkling up, because I'm actually considering balling them up and crinkling them and then opening back up. Let's see. I may take and do that and make him more aged. Let's just see. How that looks. Okay, I like that so far. I do like him with the brown, with the dingier color to it. And now I have to decide, I want something else on the page. Let's pull down my box of Christmas scraps and see what I have in here. Let's see here. There's a card right on top. I did clean off my desk yesterday, so there's a lot more scraps in here now from Christmas. So, with one of these little, no, that's not going to look good. Let me dig through here for just a second. Hold that out and hold that out. That may be something I can use with it. Let's see here. Looking for older looking items to kind of, there is so many things in here. Let me see. There's a little, that's a flower that might work. Maybe this, we don't know. I won't use all these. I'm just going to pull out a few things just so I can, oops, so I can try it. And then there's a wreath. I don't know how that would work, but we'll see. And okay, so that's enough to try for now. And see if we have anything that looks like it'll work. Let's see here. Pulled out a few little things just to get some ideas of with it. That's really blended with the same color as the page, so I'm not sure that that's gonna. How would that, maybe put that under, maybe if I had a smaller one, it may would work. There's a little flower. Don't think that's what I was going for. Maybe the old with the new. I'm not sure. Haven't quite come across what I'm wanting yet. Okay, so let's just see here. That would look good on the bottom there. Kind of wanting some red or something somewhere on the page though. Let me keep trying. Let's see, what would the little, it ain't really going to show. It's not really going to show. What does this washi tape look like with it? Maybe if I put it on the side there. No, I'm not sure. Still not happy with what I've got. That may be something to add. Okay, let's tear this and see how it looks on the edge of, just along the edge there. I'm going to tear it all the way down. Let's just slide under here first and see. And then I'm going to darken the edges of it and see what it looks like. Get those good and dark. I want to get all that white darkened up pretty good. And then I'm going to take and just rub this over the paper just to give it a dingier look. I guess I could have tea stained it or something, but when I'm doing it this process, where I'm just trying to figure out what to do, I don't want to stop and stain it with anything. So maybe like that. And then you got Santa. And then this. Let's age that too. See what we can do with that. So I had to fast forward through the inking of this piece because the dogs got really loud, and I know you didn't want to hear all that barking. So now I'm at this point and I'm thinking maybe I want to add some sort of lace. Let me see what I have here. And I can link the shop below where I got this lace from because she has really good prices and I really like the lace that I got from her. So I wonder if this little poinsettia is what they kind of make me think of. That may be too big for this page. Let me see. If that was sticking out instead of the paper, how would that look? Okay. What if I just lay one down here? Or let's see, one more thing I could try is, what if I just put a small piece of lace on the edge here. Don't want to glue anything down yet because I haven't totally come up with what I want to do. So I hate to glue it down and then change my mind and have to pull it off the page. So let's just see, what if I had that on the red and then I had this sticking out. Okay, so I think I do want to add the piece of lace. I'm just going to, I'm not sure where it's going yet. Let's see, what if I had this one sticking here and this like this, and then these layers. Okay, so I like that. So I'm going to start out by putting the lace down first. So I'm going to just attach the lace to the page, and I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac for that. I'm just going to attach it to the whole page here. Let me find my glue. Okay. I think I'll just run a bead right down through here. And then just attach it. And I'm going to make it stick off the page some. Maybe quite a bit here. Okay, so there we go. So we got our lace, so now let's do this paper. It's getting so close to Christmas that I don't know how many more collages I'm going to get in before Christmas. And then I think my book is going to be full before I finish out the month anyway. So it may not be a big problem that I don't get any more done. I'm excited. I don't know what it is about filling journals or filling up a notebook, anything like that. When I fill it and use all the pages, for some reason it's just so, makes me happy. I don't know why, but I love to see a full notebook or a full journal. So I think I'm going to do, I tore them down just a little bit because I think it was just too much on the page. But now I got to figure out where everything's going to go. So I think that'll be good. And I'm not going to glue all the edges totally down because I do like the kind of ragged crinkle look of it. So I'm just going to take and glue this down, and then we'll try something here. I'm just going to kind of bend the pages back just a little. I may need to add a little bit more glue in some spots, but I want it to look kind of warm. Let's see how that looks with Santa. That's looking better. So let's just bend some of this back and fold it back. Glue this down just a little here. There we go. And then I'm just going to attach him. I don't know, do I want to pull him over just a bit? I think I do. So I'm just going to put him over just a little ways. There we go. And then maybe just add this little poinsettia here. Did I say poinsettia? I mean holly. I'm going to add the holly here, which I did have a poinsettia that I could add, but I think I like the holly better. And just put that right at the bottom of the page. Yeah, I think that adds to it. And I don't know if I'm going to put, I had pulled out the stamp that went with the stamp set that I used on the brown paper, and it had the word believe, and I thought about adding it onto a piece of paper. Let me see what I have that would it fit this little tag here? I could try and see. Let's see if it fits this tag. If it does, I could let me find some scrap paper. I could use it at the bottom of the page or at the top. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let me find my red ink, because I think I want it in red. Oops. These stamps do not stick the best. Let me see if it's got a, it doesn't. Okay, sometimes they have a clear thing on them where some of these are new, but I thought I'd use this one. So let's see here. And these stamps are just old stamps I got somewhere, and I think I probably bought them on a clearance rack at somewhere. I have no idea where it came from, but I've had them for years and years. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if I can center it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Oh, that looks good. I like that on there. And I apologize about the dogs. I'm gonna try to edit some of the dogs out, but I feel like you're gonna hear them barking in the background some, because it's morning here, and for some reason, in the mornings they're very hyper and chase the cat around. And so, and he comes after them. I don't know if they're playing a game together or what, but they don't harm him. They just chase him, and then he'll turn around and chase them back, and then they're scared of him because they're about the size of the cat, not much bigger than the cat. He's a fairly large cat, and well, he was about 14 pounds, and they are about 15 pounds. So they're, I don't know if it's just a game they all play in the morning or why, but they're very noisy in the morning. And it's too cold to let them go out and play. They have a little play yard outside, but it's too cold for me to put them out today. So I'm trying to see where I want to put that. The believe. It may have been better if I hadn't put it there instead of the flowers. Let me see here. Is it still, that's not dry enough to take off. So let's see, how would it look there? Or here. And it could just be over the flowers with the I mean, I keep calling them flowers, the hollies, and it could be sticking out like that. Let me see. Just gonna figure out real quick where to put it. I do like it. I'm just not sure where I want it. Looks like too much is on this side of the page when I put it up there on that side. And maybe it needs to be backed with something. I don't know. Wait a minute. That might look good just to stick it down in there like that. I can change the color just a little bit. I really want it to be more brown in there. More aged look. Okay. So I think I will put it right there as I move it, and I say that as I'm moving it to a different spot. Yeah, so I think it'll get there. I think that's cute. Actually, let's see what it looks like with a little, if I were to tape it down. Tape's too big, will cover Santa's head. Let's rip this tape down the middle and rip it right here. And then let's just see what that looks like if we add that like this. I don't like that. So let me pull that back up. Uh-oh. Santa, I ripped your paper. No problem with that. We'll just darken it back up. Okay. That's no big deal. I've got another piece of washi tape. Let me try it and then we'll make a decision, because this is one last piece. And it shouldn't take me this long to add one last little piece. But, excuse me, but it is. Okay, I think I'm just going to glue it down. I think that's the way it needs to be. So let me just glue it. And don't forget, if you like my videos, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified each time I upload. And I have been uploading a lot more videos during the holidays, but once we go back to our regular schedule and I'm not off from work, then I probably will go back to uploading at least once or twice a week. My goal is for twice a week, but during some of the busier times it'll have to be once a week. But still, that way you'll be notified. If you hit the bell, you'll be notified when I do upload. And thank you so much for watching today, and I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas, and I hope that you're taking some time to craft during Christmas. If you're not collaging with these prompts, hopefully you are crafting in some way, because I find that crafting is good therapy, and it's a good way to relax each day. And I feel like when I complete a project each day, even if it's something small like this, I feel accomplished even if I don't get anything else done. And during this Christmas season, we have a very different Christmas this year with everything that's going on in the world, and we can't be with family like we could in the past. And so I think it's good to find some time to do some things for yourself like this, and to just get up and just starting a project. Even if you don't finish it, just getting up and starting it will help you feel better, I think, and you will have a better day. Crafting really is good therapy for me, and I hope that you find some time to craft, and I hope that my videos are inspiring you to try some crafts and to try to spend some time just each day doing a little something for yourself. And once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and bye.